What's up?
Hey, hey.
Sorry about the
How you doing?
hiccup there. uh,
How are you doing?
good, good. I am joined with my good friend, singer, songwriter, award-winning recording artist here in Lexington's very own, currently residing in nearby Nashville, Taylor Hughes. First time, first time I interviewed you was back in about July, August 2015.
Oh my gosh, has it really been that long?
Yes. I,
Oh my gosh,
I
that's
yeah, I looked at the archives. I said, "Yep, 2015." And true story, I first heard of you through Reverb Nation.
really.
Yes, Reverb Nation. I just moved back to Lexington around that time, and I said to myself, I'm gonna start supporting local music, and you was one of the first artists that I started supporting when I moved to Lexington. And I've gotten to know you throughout the years. Your friend, your fellow guitarist, Aaron Gosper, I've gotten to
Yes, that
know.
crazy man.
He's crazy, but I love him.
Oh, you gotta
And
love him.
yeah, and I also gotten to know your lovely parents. Uh,
Oh yes, my you and my dad.
yeah,
What a hoot, right?
I got love for pops. We jokingly try to do this blur lines thing, and
Oh Lord, yeah.
you
You
know
know he's never gonna stop bugging you about that.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I have you on my side on this, so I'm good. So that's the daughter right there. So I have a bit of an advantage. At least that's what I think. Uh,
Yeah, I've got your back.
so appreciate you. We got a lot to talk about. Yeah, we got a lot of catching up to do.
I
Um,
know.
so we'll talk about your good taste song in a matter of moments. But like I was saying before you called in, you are you born in Kentucky, um, and you as of was it 2018, late 2018, or that you moved to Nashville, or was it 2019?
It was actually December of 2017. So like right at the end of it, we moved here on December 10th. So basically, I got married at the end of September, went on my honeymoon, came back, and picked up and left. So we've been here just over 2 years. Or I
Yeah.
guess, oh my gosh, I guess now it's been like 2.5 years, really.
Mm. So yeah, she married her man and just told us Kentucky's deuces. I'm gone. I'm going to Music City to fulfill my dream even more. And from what I have seen as a spectator on the internets, you have been keeping yourself busy. You've met a lot of awesome people. You've done shows here and there. Now that you got a glimpse of Music City and living there for quite some time, how would you describe the experience living in nearby Nashville?
Well, honestly, like it's kind of crazy to think that I live here. I know I've been here for almost 3 years, but I still, wake up sometimes and I'm like, wow, I'm actually here because this has always been a dream of mine to move down here. And being in Nashville, it's like a totally different world. There's music constantly everywhere you go, and it's just ongoing. Like there's always music any time of day, any time of the week, and that's what I love about it is that everyone is so creative and everyone has like the same passion. So like everyone's learning from each other and they're collaborating, and even not even just the music part of it, like being in Nashville, everyone is like not from here. So like if you are, you're like a unicorn, but like you're getting to meet people from all over the country and really all over the world, and it's so surreal. And I feel just really lucky to be here, being able to do what I love every day, and keep working towards these goals and this dream of mine. And it's just I love it. I really do.
Well, I'm happy to hear that things have worked out for you thus far. And so as far as, the fellow artists, I've always say this to people that I've interviewed, artists from that's at Nashville. I always say that, you know, you can you can go to a grocery store in Nashville and you run into a singer and not even know it. Uh,
Mhm.
it's just that big of a pond, and so many artists pursuing their dreams and getting themselves heard and everything. As far as artists that you have had a chance to see and the friends that you made, what's it been like just bonding with some of the fellow musicians that you have gotten to know over the course of these last several years?
Well, I've definitely made some really good friendships since moving here, and I've met some incredibly talented people that have helped me grow as an artist and have really helped me to just, really hone in on my craft and, really shape who I am and what I want my music to say. And it's been so cool because back at home in Lexington, there's a little bit of a music scene, but majority of the people I surrounded myself with are not, they're not artists. They work the typical 9 to 5, job, getting married, having the babies, doing that kind of thing, which is more power to them. But for me, like that wasn't really the lifestyle that I saw for myself. So coming down here and being surrounded by people and having friends that are doing the same thing as me has been such a relief because when, my struggles, they've had those same struggles. And so we can help each other out when like one of us is lost or, you know, on the bright side of it, like when one of us succeeds, we can celebrate together and we know what that feels like to share that bond and to, have that success or to reach whatever goal it is. And for some, obviously the music business is a very tough business to be in. So being able to like go to a friend or a fellow artist that's been there is and have like them to talk to is been really helpful. Just because I can call a friend from home, but like and talk to them and whatnot, but like they're not going to understand what I'm going through because that's not the career path they picked. So they can listen to me, either complain about something or talk about how excited I am about something, but they don't truly understand what it feels like. You know what I mean?
Very, very true. And, it's encouraging for someone like yourself going to a new city, meet new friends, and hope for the best. And you went into a lot of talented musicians and genuine good people. And I've made some friends of Nashville because of you. Interviewed some artists for Nashville because of you. And I've just Nashville, for what I've heard, locally has such an incredible local music scene, and a lot of people are there for each other, support each other, lift each other up.
Absolutely.
So, while
Especially right now.
yeah, and Nashville, they've been through a lot, with the tornadoes,
Mhm.
and of course this pandemic that we are all in,
Mhm.
and so many musicians have gotten their shows postponed or canceled. Um,
Yeah.
so how have you been holding along since then? As far as with all that is happening.
Well, you're right. I mean, first, Nashville got hit with that awful tornado, and luckily for me and Drew, we live about 40 minutes south of Nashville, so we didn't get any of the bad storms really, which was a blessing. But I had a lot of friends that, got hit by it. So we were already, as a community trying to build each other back up and build the city back up. And then with this happening with the pandemic, it's been kind of crazy and weird, a lot of us have, with everything being uncertain and being unknowing, it's kind of scary as a musician because a lot of us, we make our living off of playing music and playing these live shows and touring. And the fact that like we don't even know when we're going to be able to hit a stage again it's scary. And I know when this first started happening, I was kind of like, oh, people are overreacting. And then things started to get worse. And I was like, oh, my gosh. Like, so, and then, of course, there's a lot of people like me that are releasing music right now. And this is the first time I'm releasing music. So I'm already super excited and super stressed out and nervous and all these, like every feeling you can have right now, I'm having it. So, and I had all these shows scheduled to help promote it, here in Kentucky or here in Tennessee and then back at home in Kentucky and whatnot. But now, I can't play those shows. I can't promote my music that way. So I'm having to think of new creative ways to do that in just every day, from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, I'm reaching out to blogs and magazines and radio stations and anyone that has anything to do with music just to try to get my new single out to them and try to use that as a way to promote it. But also with this whole live stream thing, like I've never really got into it, but now I'm kind of being forced to, and I like it. I've had a lot of fun with it, and it's crazy that this is how I'm having to promote my first song, but it's also kind of rewarding when I do score those blog features or radio plays and stuff like that, to know that like, yeah, times right now are hard, but like if I just keep hustling and I keep doing what I need to do, like people are going to hear my music and they're going to be able to, find out who I am. And that allows me to meet more fans when we are allowed to go outside of our house, So, at first it was a little daunting, but I've just tried to really keep a positive attitude about it, and which I know is hard to do with, because us musicians, we have so many emotions, but honestly, just staying positive, keeping my head on straight, and just, keep pushing forward. I think that's all we really can do right now.
I've always knew that Taylor Hughes is a hustler at heart. I've always knew it.
Well, my daddy didn't raise me to be any other way, so.
Papa the hustler. I like it. I like it. And, I mean, we're going from, we can get out the house whatever we want to now being told to stay home, in quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think a word like that exists until now, and social distancing, and,
Yeah.
this is the normal that we are in. We don't know how long this is going to last, but hopefully everyone is healthy right now. And,
right.
And
hopefully everyone, does what needs to be done so we can get this, fixed or whatever you want to say, and because I know as a musician, like one of my favorite things as an artist is to be able to connect with people and meet people after my shows, even before shows. And so it sucks not being able to play for your fans in person and get to make that kind of connection. But I think doing it this way over the live streams and stuff is also another way that you can, because people can like interact with you live, they can ask you questions and you can get back to them immediately. And, it's kind of cool. You just got to take what you got and work with it.
Very, very true. And, let's get to some more encouraging news. Your debut single, Good Taste, will be released on all digital music platforms this coming Friday, April the 10th. Again, the name of the song is called Good Taste. Now.
Yes, Good Taste.
So, so what made you decide to go, of all the songs that you have done over the course of your career, and I love them all. I love, I love them all. I do. Sweet Tea's one of my favorites. I love that.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, so got that Somerville to it. I love the sassy song.
I might have to do like some kind of like release for that this summer. I've got a lot of things planned. They're on the DL right now, but I'm I'm cooking up some ideas. I'm not letting quarantine keep me from planning ahead. That's for sure.
True, true. So, talk, if you don't mind, talk a little bit of that song and what was it like writing it, recording it, what's it all about?
Yeah. So I had this idea, and y'all will hear it. If you haven't heard the song before, because I play it live everywhere. If you haven't heard it before, basically the hook is blame my good taste in music on my bad taste in men. And when I saw it somewhere. I don't know if I saw it on Pinterest or it was somewhere on social media, and I was like, there is a song in that. And I held on to the idea for a little while, and I'm co-writing like crazy with all kinds of talented people down here. But it was something that I was like, I really want to take this to the right person. And Stephanie Joyce is a songwriter down here. She's unbelievably talented. She's become a really great friend of mine, and we write all the time. And I decided to take it to her, and I knew she was the right person to take it to, and we created this fun song that it's one of my favorite songs that I've written since I've started writing, and I think it's a good first impression of the artist that I've become, and that when people hear it, I think they won't have any doubt of who I am as an artist or what I want to say and what my sound is. And it's basically, it's called Good Taste, right? And basically it's about, having good taste in that old country music, which happens to be that outlaw country. So think of Johnny Cash, Waylon, Merle Haggard. So it's kind of like a little tribute to them, but it's also, it's kind of about, a lot of us girls, we date the bad boy because we think it's going to be fun or it's a good idea, and we all know in the end that it's not a good idea, but we at least do it once in our life, right? And that's kind of how I wrote this song was, we have good taste in these outlaws, these, badass country men. So we want to date a guy like that, right? So, and then we find out that, maybe that wasn't such a good idea. So I'm going to blame my good taste in music on my bad choice of men, right? So that's kind of how that song got written. But it's a fun song, and I think right now that's what we need, especially right now, is, something fun, something to take our minds off the fact that we're locked up in our houses. And I hope that it can just, bring people a little bit of joy, a little bit of fun, even if it's only for the, 3.5 minutes that it is.
Good Taste is coming out this coming Friday, all digital music platforms. You can actually pre-order it or pre-saved it. It's on Google, it's on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. It's pretty much everywhere.
Amazon Music, yes, everywhere.
So go and support this lady, because I know from the early course of her music career of how hardworking this woman is. Um, and she was already on the grind before she won multiple awards for the Lexington Music Awards. She just do it because she loves it. And I've been in majority of her shows here and there, and she's been talking about putting out music. She's gonna do it, and
Yes, and we're finally here.
we're finally here. Almost 5 years to the day that I met you, and I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you,
Thank you so
and
much.
since we are in quarantine season right now, I will be glued to Spotify at midnight on Friday to give Good Taste a listen. And I would love to be add this song to my rotation, maybe stream it, play it on the show down the road sometime. So,
Absolutely.
we'll definitely get into that for sure. And before I let you go, Taylor, I gotta ask one more thing. We gotta talk about
All right.
this music video that you made an appearance on. Okay, um, I think the name of the group, Hashtons and Company.
Oh, Hastings and Co.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cole.
those are some
Yeah.
good friends of mine.
So please, let's talk about that music video that you was a part of. And
Oh my goodness.
how did you met them, and how did you ended up on that music video?